Nnawotwe Yi say ya na ye ma obi bia che na fe ya do obi bia sese na fidie no eda Adom TV oti enka so Asempa 94.7 FM na aya August boso me ne de toso edunan na say yakwa enim kakra ene sa Nnawotwe Yi mu ensam a atwa aguo na memenda no pa bia na wotwe ba ya je don hwere mienu na fe ye de ebobo ho enti kan ho on your TV, on radio, and online, on social media. Facebook, Adom TV, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Samsung Asempa 94.7 FM, on Facebook, na YouTube. And I pay in some way go up from so if I dishia home, if I dishia home. Yabakaya, Nnawotwe Yi blede chemu, and 3 teacher unions, National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, and a Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT. And a CCT, Coalition of Concerned Teachers, Ghana. One more extra kata, tin. And make demands. If I make more, makuma and kono. One more edi atwa bayanim. Say, what mama juma, one more yes, teacher for an teacher for no, and quanimu. Into one mama abai, Musumi September, ebe remuno. Na we ye, say, abaya and share. Now, want to two sunny money in a year. One more do amakudia, and amakadia in abegufem. And ya do ambaye a juma ebio. And I pay. Yane the president of NAGRAT, Ora Angel Kabonu, don't share the kind of Yane the better nasi. Na fe ya yin samono mako na ya addressing na Yane other stakeholders yensa ka Ministry of Education ya do mbem na ene omo atwetwe sa enkomo no nia toso mienu University Teachers Association of Ghana UTAG omo strike no omo ginamu den the main issues no until the strike no, according to Deputy Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, Ora Rekubrobi, what I say, and you're the answer, like a support there, Oma trans and wase, Wamon Tran, Kra, name court, you wait the Muko court, Monquajuma, where to Soko court, non so injunction, court to court, and Wambuswa, one more air pay. Yane, the secretary elect for UTAG, Professor Ransford Jampo, Ebetnase, not one more salmon so yajibre, na yashim. Yani nooks for so ebe kasa nooks for and so ebe chichim komo essence woman at the receiving end of this whole strike action. You know so chichim komo na fe yehunu effect and impact as a strike enya wo omadisia eso nti pay as a packed show kan ho do hwere mienu a eda enimu no nemfa na otwe dwumadi no yemfa emro meeting the chief Jerry Force in production team Welbeck and Pedu and Odano a wobu adwuma ehwe tutu bibia producer director the camera guy sound MCR obi anso so etayechi me dey the CJ yentwe homra now otwe dwumadi so ne live on Adom TV so tie enka Asempa 94.7 FM and yede dwumadi yede bro me da aseso afidie no edaha on the issues of 3 teacher unions ene womo nsemo a womo de atudwa na otwe yemu Ghana National Association of Teachers Friends and Trefo Enchiemu ewo framantem yeba kohwe sa video no quickly but mamema the president of the National Association of Graduate Teachers Ora Angel Kabonu mema no akwaba Ora Kabonu mema akwaba bibi aboko de of and now busa say yebe katwi anana say we katwi fiko person of kasa me ntisadi we da senti Ora Angel Kabonu president for NAGRAT yankwa na fei and someone not for edituja and some Trefo Enchiemu of course of water region yanko hwe yeba fei me ni Ora Kabonu atwetwe nkomo
education unions. We have NAT, NAGRAT, and CCT Ghana. In spite of the progress Ghana has made in improving access to education for all, there are still challenges inhibiting thousands of children. The authorities have failed to provide teachers and pupils with modern aids to teaching and learning. We, the teacher unions, are hereby serving notice that if by the close of September 2021, and we repeat, if by the close of September 2021, and we repeat for the 3rd time, if by the close of September 2021, all these issues are not resolved in full by the employer, then we will have no option than to advise ourselves in the best interest of our members within the framework of our collective agreement and applicable laws of Ghana. We, by this same conference, apprising the National Labour Commission, that's the NLC, of the development and intent in case of failure of the GES to address our concerns. Ours is a noble task which must be done, and that is what we are just doing.
In a brief speech to open up the Safe Quadrennial Delegates Conference of the Upper West Regions branch of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, National President of the Association, Philip Larson, did not mince words on the uneven.
Yamakwa baby unti and someone NAT for on behalf of the 3 teacher unions, one more added to the voter region, and a kokuti ebino, ma mensanso Emma Ura Angel Kabono Akwaba, or a president for National Association of Graduate Teachers, Angel Akwaba. Bibia Bokodia. The Nyamiasi, Ejuma El Koso.
I said,
Moyama Famudia.
Yes.
Okay. And Sunny Beba issues, Nakasanka Sason, and Ra Mensaka Kratebi, Wonsa Eshasi. And briefly, I'll read just the first paragraph, not the major response. I'll say, press statement, attack on a teacher at 3-Town Senior High School. It has come to the notice of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, that Mr. John Kwashi Ake, who is an ICT teacher in 3-Town Senior High School, Denu, has been stabbed by Gilbert Akakpo, a Form 3 visual arts student. It's very detailed.
Yeah.
Assembly about my attention, Abe.
No, a day before yesterday, Nami Ohu,
Okay.
and I'm the officer back home. The picture be my name. Picture na ya tra teacher nsanse. Or that Mpaso or hospital. So yeah, inquiries from our downline officers. And a coba and say visual arts student be one Gilbert Akaku. Our Form 3 student. And of course stable teacher your friend John Ake. Now the boy was aiming at the stomach of the teacher.
Hey,
and a teacher no didn't sa.
Ajay.
And can you sanka yante asampa. And unfortunately, police for the boy no. And Chabia nam penyimfo and them say enjoy boy no. Now or a Form 3 student.
Okay, and Sunny Abeba police action on take here no. Then the coffers as a country in there by.
You see, Aquano baby and say Otna. And yeah.
And this is our classroom and as a dormitory.
Yes, I mean, school near days. No, it has a boarding facility.
Okay.
But he was somewhere he was not supposed to.
Okay.
And a teacher instructed say, "Unfiho, now uncle baby fufu." Also uncle, the teacher was insisting say, "Where you are is wrong. Where no, we see kind. Edi kwako teacher."
Meaning students in another country and whole school on campus.
Yeah, Minia in Sandiesi, West Africa Secondary School.
What's a one
denta here? Until now, students now yeah you know. Also a study teacher. Then student no that's school. Impending for me, who said that yeah. Meanwhile, the police station is just opposite Adenta. Who can you see Nungwa? JSS student. Eko attack or call room, Eko fan Nyonko and his friends. Ever attack mathematics teacher. Or Teshi Nungwa. Ebenso see so many. So the attack on teachers by students these days is becoming the norm. Antonaya issue statement says we solidarize strongly with the teachers of 3-Town Senior High School Denu, and that they are insisting that the student write the exam. Now, student no control exam now. Why not supervising students doing the examination? It is the teachers. Now teachers now are attacking. Omumba supervising our students now. Of course, unse hall be war cantonment. Your friend Omenako hall. So Omenako no he was supervising vigilating WAEC examination. And Obi stabbing now who ye. Ni anebusi and fonya and say you did at halls.
Wow.
And we cannot sit here and allow our names to be on halls for our parents and our families to suffer. So we are insisting that if that boy is allowed to come to the school to write that exam, the teachers should boycott the WAEC exams.
Hey,
I am saying that we agree with the teachers to withdraw from the WAEC exams.
say, if
that boy becomes a candidate in that school to write the WAEC exams, we support the teachers of 3-Town Senior High School to withdraw from all WAEC-related activities for 2021. And we are serious as that.
Eti boy no be sit down transfer no.
Nasem and busa.
No, but my nhwehwemu ehunu no nienti a boy no.
You don't have the right to stab or attack a teacher. It's non-negotiable. If that boy is made to write that examination in 3 Town Senior High School, we support the teachers in 3 Town Senior High School to withdraw from all WAEC-related activities for 2021-2022.
Then it means that Nkurani 90 min transfer no.
So the boy should not come to the school to write the exam.
That's not. I mean, you should consider the rest of the kids.
So that boy, who is a criminal, as far as I'm concerned, should not be made to write that exam. If the district director or the municipal chief executive or any other person attempts to intimidate the teachers of 3 Town Senior High School, a very national problem.
My official police complaint. Police watch your friend.
Your chair cannot court. Am I granting the bail?
And so then what else?
Yeah, but he cannot. He shouldn't.
I'm running here,
if Ghana Education Service sees that boy more important than the teachers, they should go and get invigilators from somewhere else to come and invigilate the exams.
But Angel, as a we need to one running. That's a boy, no?
Yes.
Yeah, the local court.
You are granting
the bail.
That is.
That is. I mean, for all you know, a chance of training we are. I mean, the
invigilation of an examination by WAEC is not an extension of the teacher's duty. I have documents to support this. The invigilation of WAEC exams is not an extension. And yet, teacher ne ejuma. Enti say Guaya a GES full say sa boy no instruction na okwa kwotro no hia pa ma oman Ghana. And omon konkwo hwehwe nkrofo enfi baby. Emma supervising all the exams at 3 Town Senior High School.
Okay, now we have Ghana Education Service at the national level. You're on the regional level. You're on the district level.
That's right.
All the friends and stakeholders, and now you are dealing with the district Ghana Education.
Actually, you see, it is the same GES. So the man at the district is acting in the place of Director General. The all regions are acting in the place of Director General. So in criteria, actually, I'm a copy from Director General, Regional Director, District Director. You have copies. You have municipal chief executive also copy. So teachers don't say, Aquano or Betrons of Hena, they will not invigilate the exams. NAGRAT head office, we are giving them full support. The decision now have been taken by NAGRAT.
Okay, but so we focus on the see what was. When take action, I mean, we didn't
see what was.
You are being discriminatory.
Yes. In future upon how do you say that?
In so chair upon I can't sample. That's
right. We have had it up to this level. And going forward, national office will take action on any attack on any teacher anywhere in Ghana. You better take action on any attack on any teacher anywhere in Ghana. We are starting with 3 Town Senior High School, Denu. Let it happen at Wa. Let it happen at Nyankpala. Let it happen in Somenya. Let it happen in Koforidua. We will no longer tolerate the lackadaisical attitude of people in officialdom. Teacher, attack a teacher. It is no issue. People sleep and they don't care. And when you talk, the interest of the child, this one, we support the teachers. In fact, national office have taken that decision. We cannot allow this to go on any longer.
Well, still on attacks on teachers. I don't know, sir, what's the one Michael also free year. Teacher Kojo, what's in the issue? Now saying the district education director, Akrofom, one Samon on maybe or social media. I don't know if at the
so Teacher Kojo, we are a member of a union. And Marana say you're invited to any disciplinary committee. Only a union just inform your union representative.
Yes.
Your union representative is supposed to be there. If Teacher Kojo went to that disciplinary committee without his representative, the decisions cannot stand. So, Teacher Kojo, inform your union representative as quickly as possible. Because any invitation by teacher to a disciplinary committee, the teacher should go with a union representative.
Well, Adom TV so here Asampa 94.7 FM. Jumadi no na asha and issues no she. Angel afa yambra mo ekrata Tuesday no ebeto abonte. In fact, me kan mo no 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 grievances men kan say.
It is part of the many and numerous problems.
Oh, I see.
Yes. It is part of the many and numerous problems.
Yes, mo kan ye pa ebro 9.
Oh, ebro 9 way. Ebro kra now, young to for BBM to Krataso.
Okay.
And so we are expecting Krasay. By now, moves have been taken by GS Krasay, Yentanasi. Because this time, once a press conference in August. That is last week.
Yes.
Now, if by the end of September, 2 year hopeful, Emma Obia Mamekasa and Cordano Trowa exams. Emma Obia Makasa and Cordano or future is at stake. Obia Makasa.
Na mo twanyana mo frane betron social answer na mo de sa strike action in training mo de betuja. Is it plan mo sheda me boa?
Oh, there be sheda.
Because you know mo frane ba betron social. Na mo twanyana mo de sa action ni eba.
Coincidence. Abetom.
Okay, the first issue is has to do with teaching and learning resources.
Yeah.
What are the issues actually? Angel, you shall see free.
My person may link the first issue, teaching and learning resources with with the contract now. You see, schools.
Yeah, contract and working hours.
Yes. So
okay.
Contact and working hours.
Yeah, contact and working hours.
And about also by almost teachers in signing contract via Gallop.
Yeah.
Answer now about catch head of school. In fact, Gallop no crown Ghana accountability of learning and performance or something. 10,000 schools at the lower level in terms of skill schools and when you 10,000. And I are selected say almost signing performance contract. Almost signing performance contract now. Just say who head no be making sure say akwano betumi achieve learning outcomes and na this year ebe ye.
Yes.
Answer now the character betu me nim say me signing contract. E say me who resources are who dia to kwem. Metumi e use edi aye djuma no achieve results na.
Okay.
Upese me.
O mama djuma e say o mama akade.
That's right.
Metumi di aye djuma no matumi aso ani.
Me that say.
Yeah.
So question am ye bi say can dey ben and I would have to schools no. Resources ben sika, teaching learning materials, learning tools, comfort, motivation of the teacher. Ben na would have to crime. Who compare obi say on member sign contract. Now am I in fact contract signing not to say agro? Because every contract our terms. Now, once I was signing, as we a teacher, we a graduate teacher, just a contract terms now say. Now that you decide contract no pamoa, you can't go anywhere and get relief. Now, in our conditions of service, all the contract be able to teacher nima. I saw this our contract about unions. Emeye bobo the tenants the contract no fito inside. Amaye G2 say contract no enye bibia ekokoso teacher no kon
Sa anamono ekoso before you are employed your man contract no ema wunya under clear understanding of what you are going to do.
Every teacher ya employer no you work under conditions of service.
Yes.
Conditions of service no unions no na negotiating on behalf of the teacher. In the condition of service ayedi ye djuma sesia no baby any ho say teacher no sanko signing a different contract with anybody. So the signing of that contract.
Okay, how different is contract now unions no and negotiating on behalf of the teacher no from Fufroya and Simon Conco signing? How different are these two?
The condition of service signed on behalf of teachers na a contract document.
Okay.
Especially my relationship with only a poor family or juma. Esa me be juma this number of hours. Send me here we, send me here we, send me here we. Now, after condition of service, you are signing a kind of code of conduct. And also, near my send me here. For example, in the code of conduct, no, mean to me student oba, and I mean teacher ni student, bema oba, mean to me in fact,
Adamfo.
oh,
And I'm to me chimpna.
mean to me chimpna.
Okay.
Regardless of the age.
Okay.
Uyanswa sanctions are one.
And also can. Okay.
You're signing.
Okay.
A ban says so 1 year will teach lesson notes. Sanctions are one. So one bus school for 10 days. Sanction a womb. Wait. So the condition of service, any code of conduct, establishing the relationship between me and the employer.
Okay.
Any other thing that you want to do, I saw about unions and money. Emma only unions no etnase. Ejitum. And so now I implement it.
Okay, if there are any amendments
or everything, you have to sit with leadership.
Okay.
Well, now, mommy, enough resources. In fact, schools be what basic school, secondary school. Many ukompa school no rebel ho. Ni ho. Teacher nankasa kra na odi ni nyansa nyame amalo. Sorry. Nyansa nyame amano. Edi ye bibia abrofo me kind of being resourceful or innovative. I don't know how to say it in
yeah.
Odi tre nkoda na ade. Well, areas be wo nkoda no almost 90 more than 10 kilometers. Ansa na wo ma ba school. Ebi kra omukọ efuom eko aprutu eduane.
Yeah.
Edi ansa ma ba school. Na sa akoda na anya ade a na wa ba ka say teacher no na one child ye. And a headmaster and a headmistress no na one here teacher no for so I'm a one child ye. So we don't just get up and impose contracts on people when I have not contributed to the terms of the contract. So when I can say, sa contract now you see you sign it here. Because it will affect our members.
Maybe on the teaching and learning resources, Matro said there are no textbooks. School environment is not conducive for learning. Classes are overcrowded. The payment of capitation grant and administrative resources are delayed, among others.
Last Friday, NIT say, Omara should these capitation grants be at common schools. Last Friday.
Saying Nnawotwe Yi.
The details, I have to bring the document.
Okay.
As we speak, basic schools, they are on vacation. So from the time our schools no school to the time they went on vacation.
Bibiamba.
So how did they cope? So if performance goes low, I start blaming teacher and also blaming headmaster and headmistress of the school. Absolutely not. Just say, a me say we are no ni sika. Na bibi yewa. Who konya sika ochina kra na. And to mean CSC, Niamana, Asewo. And that is exactly the situation we find ourselves. Now, textbooks are okay.
Yes.
Textbook here, Bibia, in Kodana Krana, benefiting more. Who tried there, Aquana saw in your textbook or to make kind, or the year no homework, or the year no exercises, Niama. Say, who are by one person now catch our wolf or say, who went to textbook no, who never provided textbooks. Because schools were textbook no. What the new curriculum aba? What the new curriculum no buy no? Man for textbooks and car. So teacher no ni adding versatility and all the child here.
Okay. My entire say there na say e baka ne textbooks no dey ka ba answer na curriculum no aba. Ana so curriculum ne ba answer na textbook aba.
The two should come together. Who the curriculum number? What training teachers on the curriculum?
Yes.
So we'll say we are going to start the curriculum in September. You expect to say by September, no, the whole textbooks, no.
Abba.
That's all. It's as simple as that. Well, it's as simple as that. So may say demand and supply now is here at university. So textbook in New Krana, Nyanka me to me aye. Me notes. Now me the trend kodano demand and supply. I get in it. But a kodano book bang no nankasa bet me I refer to.
But then just say it's as simple as that. You know we are dealing with government. And when dealing with government, we all agree there are limited resources. And we expect that you teachers should be managers. So you can collaborate with the government on the way forward.
So one year bibi ama wasia.
Yeah, monochrono.
Over all this time, say you tried here.
Yes.
Say you go school.
Yes.
Say a man kodano notes. Brabeda ya asimo. Na my mama catch me say me signing contract. Wow. Me more me tried here without the textbook. Me more me struggle without the resources. Me di mwa nkodano. Uba le yen ti say me more na me problem no.
I get the feeling say as a contract no na not necessarily the absence of textbook or the curriculum issues. So
it is the contract that it flies at the face of our condition of service. Whether there are textbooks or not, our contract it shouldn't even have come. It shouldn't come. In here,
contract no
the nyama a work condition of service, any code of conduct, ebema teacher na ye nejuma no, it is enough. Now obi some foreign donor bi eti ho no o sundaye no de bibia ba gallop. Na ye do ha na ya J2 na yakoye document seminar.
Okay. But Angel, in drafting our contract, what was your involvement as teacher unions? Were you consulted?
I have not even seen the contract.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
And today, so na mujina agitating.
Once I was instructing our heads in the districts and the regions that they have to sign the contract and bring the document by Friday. Other than that, you cease to be a headmaster. No, I'll hear it.
Have you engaged the ministry?
One of the engagement in press conference on him say a press conference.
No, but
I sent a letter. Am I members not to sign that contract?
But you've not sat with the ministry and other stakeholders.
We are waiting for. We are waiting
held
for
the press conference.
We are waiting for his invitation.
Mona, you are the receiving end of whatever decision that
the children are the receiving end.
Okay, granted. But
so,
you are major stakeholders.
But who should
make the move?
No, we can't force ourselves into his office. He will have to invite us. You don't force him into his office. He should invite us.
No, but Angel, as NAGRAT president, who will minister no contact?
Oh yes, I have a very cordial relationship.
Have you? What friend minister no?
On this matter?
Yes.
He called me on Thursday morning. In fact, I missed the call. I've called him back. Me call. So we have not been able to have an interaction.
So what stops you from Monday morning walking to the minister's office or maybe booking an appointment with him to sit down with him on these matters?
When the minister invites us, we cannot say we will not go. We will go. It has never happened that a minister is invited a union and the union will say they won't go. It has never happened.
Okay. We'll come to the other issues, but contact and working hours.
Yes.
Also some more issues with that.
Till.
And I'm surprised because from what I read from here, it looks like as we speak, contact hours are
No.
Is that the case?
No, that's not the case. We know it. But till how many minutes is this program?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes.
Obi a owa bonting. Oka say ejuma wo ye wa duma ni 2 hours awa ba betina.
Debi. And this
one it say ejuma now. The research that you do, the calls that you make, the preparation that you make before you come and sit here 2 hours is more than the 2 hours you are spending on the program. True or not true?
Very true.
Good. So, teacher, or back classroom, so the child here. You have to prepare. You have to research, gather his information, get his specimen. So before you even teach for 40 minutes, now hours I was spending in the preparation of the work, about 10 times that 40 minutes. You have answered about drama, so a 30 minutes drama play.
Yes.
You don't use 30 minutes to prepare for a 30 minutes drama play, because there will be time to even write the script, rehearsals, preparations, before you put out that 30 minutes play. So the teacher's work is not only in the classroom. The teacher, the greater part of the teacher's work, outside the classroom. Now the hour say we had 40 minutes per period. And at the minimum number of periods per week, our teacher, 24 periods.
24 periods.
24 periods.
Per week.
Per week. So
okay.
40 minutes times
24.
So, what about changing the period from 40 minutes to 1 hour?
Why? Because of COVID?
No. Because they want to increase the contact hours. The increase of contact hours to a student does not necessarily mean that there should be an increase of contact hours for the teacher. What it means is that you need to get more teachers to make up for the increase of this. Because the student, if he is using one teacher for 5 hours, if you want it to go to 10 hours, you need to get 2 teachers.
2 teachers, yes.
Now you made a period 1 hour. Instead of doing a commensurate reduction of the load, because 40 minutes, you get to, so I mean, can we do some calculation here? If you don't mind. Me mass in yemu wadaroma. Me mass in crack. Hey, me to say what? Yeah. So 24 times 40, it gives you 960 minutes.
Amount 960 minutes. Okay.
Now, if you give me 1 hour, which is 60 minutes.
You're matching in also. And what about your platform? Yes, I'm a money for Kina, but yeah. Don't share
back. That's 60 minutes times 24 now. About 1,200. So the other can say, why increasing me contact load? What you here?
Yeah.
To please the society. But the time that I need to...
I also say contact loads now increasing, or the pleasing society.
But one to say, Minister, Echo Rankacha said we have increased the contact hours. Formerly the contact hours was this, and now the contact hours is that.
And you mufrano na yeboa womo. Ana
they say, oh yeboa no na obi sia
this ya no.
Sia they won ni ti. Sat nipa no teacher no. Wow. So we need to sit down and critically discuss the issue of contact hours. Ufa and conditions of service. Esteti pefe. So any attempt to change the contact hours should be discussed and negotiated with the teacher union. Number 2, you are changing trimester, first term, second term, third term into semester. So semester A, semester B, no problem. Once a while, I have only one long holiday. Because from first semester, between the first semester
and the second
semester, so first semester is 4 months. Second semester is 4 months. I am 8.
I 8, yeah.
The interval,
4 months.
4 months, yeah. 16 weeks. That was the understanding we had when they were changing from trimester to semester. Bisa teacher Bia or Ghana says, since I am changing from trimester to semester, so our teacher no 1 year 16 weeks holiday right now.
Munya 16 weeks.
We don't get it. Oh, people have been teaching throughout the year. When you didn't hear, your green track and
gold track.
Teachers be because of teachers in school, both green and gold. So some teacher na me no kasa sesiano. I feeling in on call holidays.
But there are instances also teacher for you ya ma kwan kra no I'm person be free school. And I'm person
you know answer. Say me G leave. Now me the leave no kodo me fu.
Yes.
Now who G leave. Now the kwasa asabonia. Wa wasem. But leave na media.
But that teacher for your turn around. No more complaining. Say at school sir.
No. Say see so one kasa o kan who two who lock who ofie for 1 month. It's different from being arrested and locked in jail for 1 month.
No correct.
The time is mine. The immediate time never no. It is no one's business. I can decide to use the time to do my private classes. It's no one's business. But give me the time. Give me the time. Oh, and you see, I did back quite high and say the first person I say or the teacher problem or finding solution to teacher problem the management of Ghana Education Service at the district, at the region, at the national. The welfare of the teacher, the number one person to be responsible for the welfare of the teacher is the people superintending over the teacher. Your be a friend responsibility allowance or list. No?
Yeah. As soon as yeah.
Say teacher no or on the geography periods or tre. And I want the mathematics period or tre. And I want the English periods or tre. Then so your man add that responsibility as a form master. And so be a form master. As a form as a bar. On checking register students call and rule anyway. And your heads of department. Our teachers to say 4 or 5 heads of department now. Your house masters, house mistresses,
senior house master.
Yeah. So yeah, in part of our negotiation, we negotiated something for these responsibility holders. The headmaster or headmistress of the school is the one who appoints a head of department or the responsibilities here, Marka. And you appoint them with what? A letter. Because sometimes we call interview for upgrading. Or whenever person your headmaster, you have to make us okay. You are qualified only if you have been a head of department before. And now you have been a school counselor or a chaplain.
Yeah.
There are conditions. So the headmaster is supposed to appoint you to this position through by a letter.
Now, Sakra Tanimuno, or state appointment letter, my appointment letter, the man will fear. Bibia, I could try magic near make
it's an added responsibility.
Okay.
So
it's a free headmaster on the banner there. Details be
you are a form master appointed as form master for this form. Your duties are supposed to do this and that and that. It's general, it's generic.
Okay.
Now, Nipano call promotion, you for your assistant director 2. Or call promotion for assistant director 1. Now the responsibility ethical. Fair enough. Public services rules and regulations say it is assumed. So once I promote a your job schedule a bit change. But once the person is still doing that job, you have to restore the person back to his responsibility allowance. Me no can say teacher for what 3 years in here, 2 years, 1 year, months. New they've been promoted to new rank now. More responsibility allowance atikwa yen restore. And I said that the Ghana Education Service should have data about those who have responsibility. Me, I'm here Nagrat president. Oh yeah, Nagrat me. Now do phone. Friend me and now sending me message. I can take your phone number into my system and I know which school you teach.
I see.
I'll get your name, your date of birth, your profile, and even if you have done any transaction with Nagrat,
you have a data system like that.
I have a data system about all my members. So members because I'm talking to me friend now, I'm to me send no more hear me. Omu say I know who teacher back could be our new job in your friend or Kenneth Womega. Or to me sending me insulting messages. Or him say minimum. I know who he. I have his picture. I know the subject he teaches, but it's not something I say also who take it now. Why respond to him? You don't do that. we have data. So if a small union like NAGRAT, we have data on all our members. Yeah, background about updating our data not to even get you the subjects you teach and everything. I don't see why. And any teacher be also now holding responsibility with school. They are just a fraction of the teacher population. So why don't Ghana Education Service have this data? Why? Number two, if you instruct heads of schools, because it is the headmasters and headmistresses who appointed people to responsibility.
In your country.
A headmaster, any headmasters, and mistresses, and are appointing for some responsibility.
Okay.
So Nipani didn't take up. Now, I head the troll say, na papa, no a head of department.
But Ceciano.
That's your head of department.
Yeah.
But at the end, next month, moon restore. No. At the end, just the next month, moon restore. No. Nipai wa troll letters, actual letters. See, I'm the about union. So, banny officer found that house a big. Yes, why do we run our systems like that? Teacher, right now, in fact, the number of teachers are payroll. So, validation. The number of teachers who are off payroll, as we speak, and then when they realize that it was even a mistake, restoring those numbers of teachers back to payroll.
Some validation issue. I remember years ago, about 4, 5, 6 years ago.
We raised the issue that when you put this decision in the hands of institutions, the problem, now, salary. We'll say, you know, and you'll be our Adom FM, and I bet me a stop salary. There should be an authority. The person who stops your salary should also have the same authority to be able to restore your salary.
Sir,
in Ghana Education Service, if some circuit supervisor does something and your salary is stopped, my brother, I have a teacher at Suhum Sectec. You're stopping his salary for the past 15 months.
But then I are stopping the salary.
My General Secretary, Mr. Frank Dazi, actual letter to Ghana Education Service. We have not even had acknowledgement of that letter. As we speak, that teacher is still teaching at Suhum Sectec for 15 months. He's not receiving
salary. Because right from the issue of contact hours, it looks like you're planning. You have no say.
Say, information from headmaster or headmistress. Say, acquire in school. Is there any investigation? Is there any inquiry? Is it just because of that write-up? Is that enough? Now, that headmaster or headmistress does not have the authority to restore their salary. It will have to take this. Sometimes this teacher will have to move all the way from Laura to Accra. And Sana, Obeba Benyewe, no Nyewe, Cobra. Me say teacher no or try the Suhum Secondary Technical School. The salary call of your friend Mr. Dente. The salary call of 15 months teacher didn't restore the salary.
Okay.
What system are we running?
Okay. I'm running to Yambra the issue of transfer of teachers in special schools. And also some more information.
Yeah, letter. Say, Director for Special Education. I take a decision, say, you better transfer teachers or mutual or special schools nationwide.
Teachers
Teachers
what then they see
what there was special school for 10 years and above, you will be transferred. I'm saying what?
It's all my reason.
In the first place, in Krofona will transfer Nipa or Ghana Education Service. Do they have authority to tamper with the budget of GES? Because when you transfer, you have to pay. As I speak to you, with the exception of those who requested for transfer on compassionate, you can say, we oba. Now only ukunu secondary takrade. Ukunu ye police ni. And I yedi ukunu aba nkran. Usu say ukunu no. Ebi onjini did too much.
Do be so ben.
It is even good for family builder.
Yeah.
So what can request is say kwan won kran ya. Unya ya ye do buy. And now won kran. ukunu ye de no cost sunyan. That sort of thing. Then your friend transfer on compassionate grounds. And who costs our transfer now? There's no transfer grant. Wana will be requested here. So your transfer grant now. Your unions, your G2. So and ye service no and a transfer una be pacho. And this a service na nya sika ntwa tiasie ansana wakoko bisa sa transfer. But transfer wo not service nankasa. Edini to me a transfer there say a transfer grant. Now transfer grant it is 3 months gross of your 2 months gross of your basic salary. In addition to the salary of that month that you are being paid.
Okay.
So say more transfer nipa. Nipa no ba be transfer grant. Udi nyaman e oh baby am transfer call en wa. Anyway, I have teachers who have been transferred for more than 1 year, 2 years on transfer grant on sankai. Meanwhile, I saw moving in Yama. If you school now try there, echo high dine. Oh, baby,
okay, but according to the press release, the reason for this action is because of a problem that occurred in a single special school. Then you see what?
Oh, students who call demonstration. Our school for the blind.
Yeah.
Just because of that, director for special schools say, oh, because our teachers are chair schools, I'm going to instigate students for students to go on demonstration. But I mean, can be in trouble. Special school, and to say person use the word special and normal, and to say regular school. Special school, no. Everyone say we have teachers responsible for blind, deaf, physical, and so many others. So you can even have one student and 2 teachers. It is not like the regular school. Now, special school, no, it is not every school that does every program. Some of the schools are specific to a program. So, because school just school for the deaf. Because just school for the blind. Number 2, this mass transfer, has it? Do you have money to pay transfer grants? I say yes. You let these teachers move, and then you see the gymnastics.
Because when they are teacher for now, I'm pay transfer.
And I'm saying, isolate. Inside, you see, my brother, teachers on which radio or special school, juma papa. Says CISA, you some salary percentage motivation. Some of the first group of teachers, they say you're negotiating for some motivation for is those who teach in special schools. Me no, you to me yes argument. Because I'm going to say regular students, I will say, hey, go. Now I'll go. Then you come and dislocate a teacher just by the writing of a letter. It is discriminatory. Because why do you isolate special school teachers? You have not discussed this with anybody. It is a decision you have taken in your office, and you think that you have the right to implement it.
Quickly, Nafi, Yambram will call to action also. Refusal to appoint teachers in the offices as heads and assistant heads.
Yeah, your honor in your letters, any petition, say, you be a chance, say, a teacher for apply to become headmasters, headmistresses,
assistant headmasters and headmistresses.
Not teachers, all the teachers be a district office.
Yeah.
And they be a original office.
Yeah.
So every appointment or minimum rank, a minimum condition to satisfy. For me, a teacher for. Almost satisfies that minimum condition. Almost directive about say, "Wa Juma or office no, you are qualified to be appointed as head of school." Now policy is that ben, and a buy. One answer and a chassis. Dear Benti, and I'm taking his decision. In fact, I have not seen even a copy of the policy. Who directed the policy, the rationale behind the policy, but it is something that is being implemented.
already teachers need to hire almost appointment as headmasters.
Oh, yes. Baby, I mean, you see, GES.
But that, I mean, that brings me back to my point. It looks like that's it. The unions. Now,
Every day,
and then
your members now what down hono. I feel say we have been informed. And I
but more as leadership, I think you are not standing for your members. And no wonder they will blame you.
Yeah, of course. I don't blame them for blaming us. Maybe some actions that we should have taken. If we had taken those actions, the situation would not have
absolutely.
So I take the blame as a leader. Because you see, you work with people. Yes. And you take a decision. We don't know about the decision. You are implementing the decision. When there is a problem, the members come attacking us.
Because more leadership positions, and they are.
I carry it, Monsieur. I have my dear too.
Okay, Yambram call to action September.
Yes. Nana, when we say August, na issue press statement.
Yeah, I mean in power.
1 week at Tremo. You see, end of September. Minia. Say end of September back to Krim. Now you take actions bia. The person bia be catch and say we didn't give notice. And young country bia. And now you are targeting the middle of the WASE exams. And now you are hitting where it hurts most. So be over to no for and yamio to penny for no.
Okay, it's between the press release by up to September, ending of September, no. And then I'm more share anymore. More so much one I'm be and I'm one I'm more share. Yeah, say aban ebe frey and say bibia, muntu ana mo bia.
Yeah, di nyama to dwa. Ya bobo nyama ni ebi. Ebia na almost solve without us. Ebia.
But almost mean solve also without mo ana.
Well, and then very strange outcome. Very strange outcome. Because the teacher now walked down no. Oh, look, when you say, look, I am a member of the Public Services Joint Negotiation Committee. I have served on several subcommittees. We have negotiated extra duty allowances. Now, teacher, the teacher extra duty, you don't give the teacher allowance. If a teacher makes or problem, not the problem, no bar, on your reply, there is something debilitating, Minister American or trim, are affecting your service now. Say you wow, teacher now or from home or bre because I get you na ketene nyanso a agudi also di ejuma oni sa agudi no in motivation esa wo di ma no e ma no ejuma no so over some motivation e ma no or problems obi a ye tia na ka so on solve teacher no problem so ono so wo the letter to district office na omure request say wo the letter about district office. This is our teacher no send fees our school no. Ebe follow the letter. Now our teacher no fees school no ebe follow the letter and so now we will say who validate into one school. Teacher no nyadeng. Teacher no nyadeng.
Well, my friends here, my name is Angel Kabono, or President, National Association of Graduate Teachers. Now, my name is Fendi Kain, the issues that has to do with NAGRAT. And one more and training.
Where are all the teacher unions?
Yes. 3 teacher unions. Yeah. NAT, NAGRAT, CCTGH, and Omakabo, Momde Kata, Betwa Bonting. Well, share between now and the ending of September, no. Biana Bayer to Anamombi, the BTBiano, ya the Baba die at for ne Asher for Angel Mamenda was for your time. But that's a part.
No, me can't say.
Me Markel, over 10.
David, mark.
Now she's in my Professor Ransford Jampu, or Secretary-elect UTAC. Meneno, a fair to me, no, yeah, they are not so bro. Yeah, Right now, watching Jumedi Sunia, we are live on Adom TV, Sanso T and Kasempa 94.7 FM. O share o time noa. Na say no nonkron aba pa musima miensa. We're going all the way till 10 a.m. No do eba na fe ya sorry so. For o comments bra. Facebook Adom TV on Facebook and Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. Na fe yanje bra na yankin kai emfa ema. Efe di kai no ya de akobu mene Angel Kabono na openi otosu mienu atnase openi otosu mienu atnase Professor Ransford Jampo secretary elect University Teachers Association of Ghana and amene no eba betwetwe nkomo womo strikers see a womo eko ensunsuanso a enya ewo a school for wo the various universities and issues no ankasa today I want us to take time na fe yenhwe issues no because enra Deputy Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, Ura Bright Rekumbu Bekra, Ejitum say, say kasa idea. Issues no kasansani yen call home. Court to now na yatria beye, na otu beye mienu ebe. And so what are really the issues? Many Professor Jampu between sound komono. But mame beye sima na mi twa me ba, mama prof akwaba.
Yes, we have to go back if they defy the court order.
When will this be?
That should be tomorrow.
Okay. What are you going to seek from the court?
We are going to seek compliance and punitive action for defying the court order.
What kind of punitive action would you be asking for?
We will be citing them for contempt. So if the court finds them guilty of contempt, then the court will apply the punishment it wants.
So is your expectation that, for instance, Professor Mafo, president of UTAC, would be jailed?
Oh, no, I don't expect him to be jailed. He has to purge his contempt.
That because I was simply asking that because it's part of the spectrum of sanctions.
Part of it, but it's for the court to decide. But I don't wish him like that. I mean, Ghana prisons are not good. So, I mean, that's it.
Right, yama akwaba bio mamema Professor Ransford Jampo akwaba prof akwaba
Yeah.
awodi wo hode
Nyame adom.
nyame ase looking young as always, you know. My name is secret no prof.
Kobobo ansa meba.
Kobobo ansa meba. Fantastic. Nyame ase ne di kan enra me hu press release on the UTAG letterhead. With reference number reference number UTAG/NS/2021/008 distribution all UTAG branches. Dear member of UTAG, Enraya 13th August, suspension of ongoing strike action. Following our decision to embark on an industrial strike action on the pretext of government's failure to address the worsening conditions of UTAG's members and unfruitful engagement back and forth, negotiations for our conditions of service has been reached and planted on good soil. Our call for some enhanced and progressive proposals has been received following an emergency meeting that was held on Friday, 13th August 2021. Did I say, per this release, you know, as I must suspend them strike action, no. Dr. Eric K.K. Abavari, National Secretary and such as authentic, Prof.
That's it. Michia ahwefo ne tiefo nyina. Me say mama en kana pain say anya no kore fake.
Fake.
Me say enra ba ko bi bai. Na yese me ankasa me nsa.
Unsa shase. Yeah.
Na me hwe signature me din Jampo no mpo hu nsunsu anso bia wa signature na say. Ese me na me sign na anopain so me ba he ya na me say hu foforo bi. Ahwe foforo na I'm my dream, my dream, your Harry, I'm sure because no crap, but and also a fake. Now, your best say, Oma yen she sadi, oh, ye mubinum ye tre amanyosam. Now, we are not ignorant of these strategies. Eye kwan bi a nipa binom efa so na just to court public disaffection for you. Nti omo de beto sa nipa na I call them social media political laggards. Oh, nkofo bi a ase omo ni adwuma ye. Na omo adia ne say they hide behind the facelessness of social media. No ma ye sa nieme. Now you see sanya omo ye no, they cannot do it sadi. They cannot do it on their own. Unse ase ebia nkofo mpinimfo bi nso omo ye say okay munye na monka so ma call off their strike omo ba no mbeka so mo call off se ne be ya omo ho be ye ebufu na omo ho be ye ehin na se ne the public will rise up against
motivation
that is the whole idea. Na me gidi say eno de entumi mfa solution bia enye den emba. Number one, omuntias say onyame adom, they are not smarter than us. Yet ni omo ye no ase esen omo ankasa omo ye. Into no quickly so share me social media page. One say quickly me issue statement that say enye no correct. That is number one. Na number two, eye oman dadwin problem kese e na ye try say ye be find a solution to. Enti say ya nya na sa na ye we seek to incite the public against omo push say yempe solution be to these problems. At the end of the day, one share na solutions na be boa mo mine to mpon na yenya.
In fact, Prof, a response or the attache release. No, I'm reading from your Facebook page 17 minutes ago. I say this is also fake. Please tell the deployed social media political land guards that we aren't ignorant of their cheap strategies aimed at courting public disaffection for us. They unfortunately aren't smart and cannot outsmart us in any way. We blame this on their unemployment and underemployment.
Yeah.
We call on policymakers to do more to tackle joblessness among young people as a partial solution to the creeping phenomenon of social media political landgarism. Prof,
that's se eye na obi wo adwuma ye den adwuma no e the pressures ato no so our reports ni deadline as o submit here unkotena social media enye sa ne ma nti me hu se omo bebre na to de bia na omo ni adwuma ye ka under employment odwin se oye adwuma nanso at the end of the day what comes to him or her in terms of reward on kitikiti bi
okay
and your friend and them to before say nipa bebre a sa no I blame it on their joblessness. So, yeah, na we juma bi anka wonye sade. Nti yes say policymakers must also rethink the whole idea of unemployment among young people as a solution or partial solution to the creeping phenomenon of social media political landgardism me refer to no. Na me can say we a problem a wo hode da oh say fa wo say o chire ni a you are supposed to help in producing people refer to as nation builders yan ya de chire ene ye chire a ye chire no enna emma you produce nkofo a omo chire oman bon enti se ye owon a e produce nation builders no se omo akoma nto omo yem na omo nya opepa na omo nya agborechere na omuni njia it has an effect and impact on the quality of people they produce as nation builders. At the end of the day, you know, politicians be kosoro aba form if the quality of people, human resource needed to help in translating their ideals into concrete developmental outcomes. So if this quality is undermined, well, if this quality is undermined, nyebeye nyina no eye cost 90 eye 0. Enti ye hwe kwan say ye be call back to the days of old when the teachers' remuneration and conditions of service were even better than politicians. If you come in Kromam Bereswa, before Kwame Nkrumah di ade you chair no say ye elected as a leader of government business in 1951. Colonial government na also no o make sure say we ye actually ni e wo University of Ghana. We seek a seven conditions of service it was akin to your counterpart anywhere in the university, in any university in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, now the idea was that omo per se UK for no so it me finding it easy say ye ka so omo bra Ghana make sure metumi achira Kwame Nkrumah ebedi ade no ono nso na yin so ade hu was that some crofwe see ye hwe omo yi a one na be training nation builders ama wetumi achira oman no but what's the mechanism enti no o training o motivate omo yi to the point that lecturers were taking more salaries and conditions, better conditions of service than ministers and deputy ministers.
At what point now? Niame fia say ejigu and lay.
Baby,
edi abedu baby.
Sana nkoma ye na nizo adi ho nti no me do ho. Wanya no nya minister nya university teachers nko a. Na mum even secondary school teachers and na secondary school headmasters na omaketia eye papa esen ministers any members of parliament. Enunti na evidence wo na say me chiro bibi me research bi edebetu dwa na evidence wo a kire say enkofo binum na omo university professors ebinum ya university senior lecturers omo jai omo dwuma ho ekọ secondary school ekọ kire ade ebinum jai omo dwuma ekọ secondary school ko ya secondary schools ebinum efri ebinum ye teachers omo ye teachers no omo ko aban ma appointment e ma omo ko serve ye omo serve wie ye no omo san come back to the classroom to teach and na bisa won say teacher ni ban e na o kire ade ne aban ebe man appointment obeye wie obe san ka say obe so san ko kire ade
and the teachers now they want to get into politics
on ko de kire say asitena mu na e wo ho no enye but those days no na Kwame Nkrumah feel says teacher for and na a produce nation builders into a social mu na oye ya me say ye two Kwame Nkrumah no asoja for a buy asoja for have no role, they have no business being part of governance nyom na ebu oman enti esan say governance is not their calling and their mandate you know omu two aban gu ye no they didn't have the technical know-how enti no quickly omu ko school sa civilians omu wie school anase ebinum kwa school ni afaw sebra na beboayen nti they recruited young civilians omu mbo brother nti sa ukofa obi say omra na ombeboa na yenye governance no na so mbo brother na chese number 1 SSS patron ne make oti number 1 SSS o ma no accommodation take note of this Kwame Nkrumah pension no one ma MP bi accommodation one ma minister bi accommodation tie ni ye MP you are not entitled to accommodation adenti o se wo fie wesi no e wo constituency enti no memma wo ba akra we ohwohwo e wa ha into the best you can do say bia obepe bibi kitwe bi aye atna na mamu wie pe wie parliamentary sessions come back to your constituency send be ya represent the quality of representation e be deepin but what you say into one person obema MPs adan accommodation e won crying ministers one more be accommodation one more accommodation e judges a doctor for and a senior public civil servant na nyoye ne say one more accommodation no osisi estates bebre na obi we minister na say wo sika na say obeto estate ni bia watobi what you say ba fa no o musika o mankasa HC omodan what Abavana junction Abavana no na oye osueni I think minister of education or something and Kwame Nkrumah o si ne dan awo ho be osi ni dan wa be big new town ho be be for Abavana junction onu si ni dan o ho na ofi ebe adwuma na the junction no ade to Abavana junction patro tia say nti Kwame Nkrumah ampe say obeketa for certain needs of politicians patro tia say na ne koba ne say bra ye tu Kwame Nkrumah ade so afei ye de asoja for eba omo ba no se ne American no obi wo school ani afro say we don't know governance nim te mombra na meboa obi a we wie school a onye adwuma da no ofre na oni bebite oni bebida until straight away then the government thought of military they sort of yempe bibi yempe accommodation man oni ka anti yemanaka oni say yemfa man until they did that for quote and unquote the small boys that they appointed to help them govern na omo yes awie omo so call no esan say eno ema politicians enije no and na ya perpetuate from that time
the civilian successive civilian government
na into no omoba number 1 quickly they raise their salaries and then some of these appointees their member point to small boy na ma point mama bungalows mama car no ma sa nim no na se me anso a me ye no me nso me den me pe bia ma nti no omo tafre a omo tafre na fe omo tutu omo de so in the process of doing that they forgot say Kwame Nkrumah na oweni so ade hu bi enti ana or keep teachers at a certain level in terms of their salaries and conditions of service nti omo refi and na ade enya fiti sa time na ebesin de year frame ye 1992 constitution no afi ye de besa be ye mra ekonya article 71 office holders omo de sebe akoye se won ye nipa all public servants no omo de ye nhwe omo yie na nkaifo no na nsin ye ti say atototo omo conditions of service ne salaries mu over 70% na say for now be my public servant bi also omo de 4%. You see, you do not, you see, we are buying na say sadi we say kane no kai hu say 1992 constitution bra na ye chichere no na eye soldier ban and also nti niam bebre una fe so that time no people were used to dictatorship to the point say aban say da beda aban say yes obey nti na man for any opepase ye be constitution no mu na be aban na dia ba ye pe na we just accept it like that but say any bieye akoninim and afei adesua akwanim and afei democracy now say how it works elsewhere no ye nyina yesua ma nipa akomutirim enti enu nti na say edu bebi a ye nyina ye call say yensan hwe article 71 office holders me madwemu no mumfa teacher for enkoto mo pese article 71 office holders 71 office provision e wo hodia enne ede adwuma no mo ye so mo govern nyesa enti omo buman sa eno so so mo buman a momfa won a esiesie nipa ema nipa etumi ebuman no yemfa mo ka article 71 for na fe yemfa a doctor for ni a nurse for omo nso honami a yede ye adwuma nse yede buman no se eho ka omo nso ehwe se ye ne ye no omo so yemfa omo ka article 71 office holders no let's broaden it se ye penisade a ene enye sa nya sade a let us scrap the whole idea of article 71 and let's think about how we pay ourselves because sika waha yete say over 70% of government sika one emoluments payment of salaries and conditions of service na bisa won say politicians ankwa de from this 70% okohwa me sure say bia wo mpese obehwe enti no sika no na mom nkofo ketu bi ene ye de ma omo say omundi na obehwa a teacher for emnye omo a omasem basabasa obi ochira de university de eno ne se ne nigia ne se watchro why research bi na ode findings akwa abrochire na ya kenkan mu yesi bia revise and submit na wabetna se wetumi a revise paper no na wa submit na paper na ya publish na fe ode paper no emu nsem atunetim na fe ode chirade na wankasa won so wachirade no wa grade na school for na pass woni gie ane se omo pass na omo kire se ne wo kire no mai den omo atiase enu na ye woni gie nti because of sa ne sa bibia eya a teacher for ye hwe de den nti no eya na ye nheda emma ye ni nko ye conditions of service eso but what they make say that is the reason why you are negotiating for better conditions of service from 2012 up to end. Okay, Prof. I understand, sir. Luke's president, Ewa Humano, so Imano Brachi Adom, National Union of Ghana Students. Ima Temenka. Hello, Ima.
Yes, sir. Mewa how?
Good. Maybe I'm a cordier.
Nyame Adom Lemon Pie Boy. I want to announce.
Yagusunka Kraka, Mohon Komona, here to train. My church for a woman was strike. As students, how are you coping, Ima?
Cecilia, no, the kind. Or the infant, ama, penny for OBP, infant dance.
Professor Jampo, how much me at Yano? Professor Ransford Jampo,
Monsumubiti, I know them. Na Yachaga Nation for almost na the kind, Ghanaian students, I can say, we are in a state where we don't even know what to do. Because Nanka was a war revision week, and the young who say the costing, the banner, and I see anything. You know, Yegusua yesua for kasa say we should continue and concentrate on the revision because we believe at any given time now, our lecturers may come back to class and then maybe a banana ama may perfume and I say an impromptu at the ABI. And she say any and chat between the and lectures and they are buying na additionally at the change so
okay, but impact ben pa and you so ben as a strike e dey abremu say additional for Emmanuel my entire say
okay on say psychologically who ye bibiana you prepare towards it enti o share Ghanaian students psychologically were preparing for their exams and we know ekoba enti akwese say no the change and answer the twist in Munama, I can say confidently say that most Ghanaians have been affected psychologically. What to do now has become a bone of contention because you tag a back or China let me fake and you tag a retro or more strike a China a fake. So I'm saying young Kazanian said who near echo and near eba and ye shem come where cocoson so na I ain't saying baby and a union and so no one thing that we can do is to make sure say ye be bumpire say ya chair for beba back. Now we can't take any other position than to be in the middle and then hope and pray that things will be all right.
Okay. Ima Professor Ransford jump put her. One noobs for nyina asamwa mo pesa mo ka kire ma kire fu fafa na so na ofa kuma yutak for uwi a ne to so mienu aban so so a wo tie eno so so noobs for asamwa pesa mo ka kire aban no eno so so mo kan kire aban ne ma mienu imana mi nya akwa ne ento enkomo no
pesa me ka asem be kire no
okay wanu si a prof so pesa ka asem be kire o ye tie oyima
okay me da say ye share statement aye de ba ya beginning of the demonstration and everything, strike and everything. Now, we indicated say a year you tag or more demands and a near more motion. A year near ma a dim necessary so much share coin. But at the end of the day, looking at the state and now sending a near material, are you woman say taking into consideration the loss of contact hours by Ghanaian students and a host of others now. Na yes, say ya church for anything. Emra back no moment charge once they continue with the negotiation. And at the end of the day, your sons of catcher are buying say, make sure say obey keep it up and obey live it up with the terms of references and now terms of engagement on you tag for Ebeko. Now as soon as possible, no making sure say a year and come on no mubeti piano and so no abayna share na wasimukina. Then we spoke against or we warned both parties or we cautioned both parties not to go into the negotiations with any form of entrenched positions. Now this part no a year a church for any abayno a National Union of Ghana students yet you pa because it seems none of them cares about Ghanaian students. Because looking at such a delicate issue, then both parties went into negotiations with entrenched positions where UTAC say, yeah, one for we are my call back, we are there, call back. And then Abino Sono is saying something different. So, and Ekoyesia, na ama saying for no. We are in a state of dilemma and then confusion because you don't know where to stand.
No, but you initially, as
soon as possible, they should think about us, go back to the negotiation table and make sure say they reach a compromise as soon as possible. And then at the China decision, because they see Ghanaian students, or more prepare yourself and by next 3 weeks or more able coffee to see and a whole lot of enema baby nyame yɛntimi nka no bebree saa but yɛde yɛgu so yɛbɔ mpa yɛ sɛ nyame bɛka yɛ lectures akoma nyame bɛkan aban no akoma na ɔmasi nkonya na ɔmatumi arɛkyi to a conclusion a ɛsan de yɛ lectures no ɛbɛba back to the classroom.
Okay, Yima, Prof, episode can be Prof, Nukes President.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, Prof.
Mpacho, me assure say working kind me articles bebree amatro e wo Nukes ho. Eka eba Nukes ho asem a me nim bebree. Na me pese me ka kire o say you see neutrality is unhelpful when a decision will have to be taken. Me hu na me nim say saa so na bia wo hu me. Me are politically neutral. But when it comes to decision making as to who I must vote for in any election, me nka say me neutral ntimento aba. Me nim be a meto ma aba akọ just that ebia me vote wouldn't be on autopilot. Ima the same way say assembly na aba na ye ka. Woka say me de me gina finfin na me jamo omo ananka so omo nka at the end of the day no effect no so den ebi e call so. Oh, me te say wo ka bebre say yen koso yen negotiate na ye take in transit and trench position as for me nu aketwa me pacho ya negotiate for close to 10 years. What dream no how many more years and yen fan count in terms of negotiation? Catch them me catch them nuanom because we've been negotiating this na me can our friend. We've been negotiating this from 2012 up to now. Now Esan said teacher for ye watema ye mu bebre enso ye parents ye enso ye ma wo school no bi nti no wokọ na omo se ye chena na yesi yo wokọ na omo se ye chena na yesi yo wokọ na omo se ye chena na yesi yo eno ne ye de sa ebedu sa abre nti there is ample evidence to show that we have been overly patient. In fact enra papa penibia me oye me mentor Professor Bafo Ajimandia ono kra ka say ase ye yankasa teacher for no ye patience no ye nya bebre no ene na amasa na ye nyina ebedru bebi ai nti we've been patient na ye say penimfo ka se wo pam ohunfo a woto ne bema nti ekodu bebi se wa wuti minim adwuma da acho pese obeye but minim se school for no bebre nso nyae a omo wi ankomo so ba be take over from us as a churchfo. What we are seeking to do now no it is to be able to make sure say eniama be ye amama echina se mu bi mu join ya eniama ye den ayeyi ama mo se amoso metumi e de be hwe mawofo e nasefo ntino yesra mo media minyaya nuksufo then on this particular issue no, you must take a position. You can choose to take a position with the government, that will be your position, but my view no, you must take a position with your teachers because we are fighting for a just cause. Yes, sorry ena akodu baby say si anya nda ye be no daben enti enye se be tafrache mu school ko na mo ko no na afei say lectures are suspended one shot the full next week universities would have to be compared to shut down enye se ye nije ho na mom baby ekodu no ye hu bia ase enye yi na kai hu se openi yi onipa life onipa nkwa yentumi en reschedule nanso doctors for omobufu a won ko strike e ma nipewu na academic calendar de onyame adom yetumi reschedule teaching timetable onyame adom yetumi reschedule examination timetable onyame adom yetumi reschedule enti no obi enwu mun take a position to support your teacher for na yem push for a just cause sene be ya e kire agina monim na se e kire made a ye de akomato yem ene enije ebeden ebe kire se amonso mo benya niema papa bi bebre aiden efimu
okay
menu aketo asa na mpesa meka kire
quick response to near prof kan say na fe yenja kwan Emmanuel
me facho looking at near prof ekanye no say Ghanaian student you hear the services of your lectures, no doubt about it. Now, yen as a union, beef or your position you're taking is not say is an act of cowardice or be leadership no. It should be being tina. You see that you betting and fin. Now you're making sure say you abino here church for a bedding ebishia. Now. We don't want to be public relation officers or PR units for both UTAG and then both or the government. Now, say Ochinabi doctors echo striker Nook's position ebeyede. Ochinabi say nurses echo striker Nook's position ebeyede. Ochinabi say not.
No, but Emmanuel, this is something that directly affects you.
That is why we are in the middle calling for both parties to continue with the negotiations. Now, when Mamin can be
Emmanuel Otemenka. Hello, Ima. Let me be make us say this is something that directly affects you. And the teacher is saying that I mean this is what you have to do.
And I'm a tech. I'm a student or tech.
What say?
Me say me and I'm a student or tech. And me yet directly affected by the strike action of a UTAG.
And our teacher said pitch camp with them so that I mean as soon as possible this issue can be resolved because of your own future.
So let's say because I am a student in the university now, our lecturer is calling for me to pitch camp. Yes, it's a right call. Then Senagrat and SHS and JHS, you know. I'm also a teacher, a co-striker. Where should I pitch camp with? Where do I belong to? It is not a matter of belonging.
No,
it is not a matter of making sure. They do the right things and get back to work. Now, your lectures we've maintained say, it is genuine. We've never argued about the demands that they are making. We know it is a genuine cause that they are fighting.
So how long does he expect?
At the end of the day, Yebusa say, Jaina ye breno, ye say lecture say, compromises na was making and negotiations are more kono. They should do so without maybe a 10 and a mepe.
Okay. Yes,
also catch a buying so say making sure say on a teacher for no so no a better say not only on my share. Send a bear and any BB so bad day. A bear juma. Now say your court near Kojaya lectures a chine. That's all china. Union more JHS and anyone more teacher trainee. Almost lectures echo striker. And mom say mini teacher trainee and a mini JHS in Intino. How do I go about
it? Okay, imagine somebody. Prof wants to ask you a simple question. So both parties, you know, ensure na omunya the right thing, na entiasie. Emmanuel Otemenka.
Me pacho meet you.
Good. Prof.
You might me that say. Let me say, senior me share that na me catch or say. As I say, we share research biblia about student activism and in fact student activism in the lead up to the struggle for independence throughout the independence period BC the formation of the Ghana's Fourth Republic. Ya church on sembebre na why union leader student leader mesre say kenkan sa research ni bi na you would then appreciate nyama bi a nooks for a year to bring about change. It was never neutrality at all. Say enya they speak against it. When say would you say demand na would you say aban so has not been fair with us. But at the same time also media imagine fin to the bia no emwa but my substantive issue I have with your call. In fact, you are speaking as a student leader. I have a lot of respect for you as a student leader. But me bisa say, you negotiate here for 10 years. Why dream? Most years anko negotiate bium. Who say how many more years? And you bet to me a negotiate bium account. At the chair say, bra ye issue statement say. You know why you juma for over 10 years. You negotiate here for close to 10 years. Mun fee yen. Enti you be cost strike no. You sure letter cry then at the mom. At letter no man impening for no cry no. Oman responding po se bia yensa kamo letter. Oman acknowledge receipt po. Afi ye call strike and pa fe mu di mikasa afi ye besa negotiate. How many more years and you bet me aye?
Prof, me pacho, I've been reading most of the circulars na ebana. Hello.
Yeah, tell you, my Kapa.
Pacho, I've been reading most of the circulars that comes from UTAG. And then the first circular, a threaten, say, at a given period, say UTAG demands, abino and shanyama or ma, beko striking. That circular and that letter, accepted and appreciated the fact that through our meetings and our meetings our money abino ajeno and not lead to a certain increment, a certain percentage increment, which was I think around 4% for this year. Now next year, I increase it to I think 7 as a 12%.
Okay, and you must so if you say 4% is enough. Is that it?
Well, let me say
percentage may never be enough or will never be enough. But at the end of the day, if you take employing for, I appreciate the fact that there's been an increment, which not to their expectation. As student unions, I've said earlier, we will not be agents of the government or any other body, but to the student welfare alone.
Okay.
Now,
Yima?
It is affecting us directly. But at the end of the day, say I'm father say my lectures. Now I'm father so I'm to abide anymore. Quite bena a prof, as I just say, because to me, and then my colleague executives, and then the leadership of the union, we feel at this material moment, we are to be in the middle. And then at Chopania, they remember both parties, a year abino, and you tag and penny.
Okay.
Say, Omobetana say, no more sinquia, no more reach to a compromise. Now, a PM ye best sign a cassette, ya say, party nemu piano, ebeko into negotiation table, which media one name say ya. Men say, and I made you say, and mayo. That is the taking of entrenched position.
All right, imagine some men.
Yes, sir, entrenched positions are a bermu join the negotiation processes, no, and no, ama besine, yentimina, same way, who my secret.
Okay, imagine some men, Prof. Students' body, no, or more appreciation of. And summer, that process say education home and coming. Who is saying from?
Appreciate the appreciation, no, and that's great. Asema or Kansas here, I think it is completely different from what we are talking about. Say Obekaya, what is here, Kansas in 2012, there was a certain agreement between government, okay, yes, and labor, Mekan University, a teacher for, as to Sika, your friend, entry point salary and conditions of service for a lecturer, okay. It was agreed upon in 2012. And no, and na yes, negotiation yen say, and no na ye kase. Sa sikano, munye den, monfa emaye. Now, more the says sikano maya, na fiatnase, aye negotiation. And what were you talking about? Around that time, no say, oh, calculate here, and ne, around 2012, na ye can say, will be a lecturer, one man, a little over $2,000. What the $2,000 I compare sebe me madam for penny bi me mboni din o se me kɔ heyaba me kɔ abuchire aba na yaso me se me kɔ abuchire mra ne per diem okodi 3 days per diem no o kɔ abuchire aba 3 days ne per diem $5,000 na teacher ni akire ade bosome o se man a little over $2,000 here. From 2012 up till now we haven't been able to have a solution to that. Abaya jiatum, but among fanye jumaye. Enti eno na ye kase. Yen pese yen kase montu yakitu mu emaye. See, we would negotiate that. But niya ye jitu mu 2012 no. Any yesi unko mi ase.
Prof say oka $4 no. Now I kete. If I the back Ghana city,
it's around 12,000, 11,000, depending on exchange rate. I be use 11,000, 12,000 thereabout. Okay, but send me in Kaka and say, Obi ko UK here ba na okodi 2 days na say o pay dem na waketu yawo say wo kwa ban fa we to ho na $5,000 na o teacher ni tena say e kira ade 12 months 1 month na o say mun tua na entry ade of $2,000 senka me dem tie kura na me buefu e say we ya bibi kitikiti bia mo bisa and omokase there be and we need the restoration of that money before we go on to negotiate. But say already issue be me person me address, but me person say we are
as a banter
because it's not necessary. Bibisa say wa can the history of NUCs and student activism. I say me can. He didn't give me response to that, but he was talking about him say yeah press release be release circular be uncomfortable fee so am I call strike. I think that as student leaders we will do a lot of service to the student body if we take a look at how student activism has been undertaken from independence time up to now. They have certain features. Student. That was a time and he has referred to students and NUCs as the conscience of the nation. And now to me, NUCs for NKBB on many socio-economic and political issues. At the chair said, Bibisa, no, I respect their position that they've taken, but it's only a free advice. Say, if in never be air coso, sanya making year kotuaba. Now I say me neutral about a decision making. Okay, me neutral to be a metwa and I meant to her. I just say you've not helped our democracy. It might the same way, no. As some are making a pertinent to our quest to produce nation builders and to develop our country as a people.
Okay.
And so I feel say if government itself agreed at one point in time, they say now over 10 years, close to 10 years, near castle, restore answer. Restore sadna ya agree no. Restore my so that we can go on to negotiate. Meaning they say a caller, obi beka say, oh, ye nemo ya adwin ba so ye ne aban so ya adwin ti no me de ejina finfin sir akoye se yen strike ni nipa nwunti enhyehe but ye nya nuksifo no bi na omo nso bagi ye chi na sefo nke bi anka again momentum enti no mesre penin say menua kuma say your posturing of neutrality on this matter no it does not emanate the desired impact, we don't achieve it, and at the end of the day, it's dragging the process. Say, senior medin kaka a teacher for the omunye yi gidi sao. Senior medika, omunye nkofo a omasem din tin. Omunye sa. Say sa anka omuntumi ntina negotiation for
10 years.
For 10 years. Omunye. But what them can say. Na mom ase waya na afuno nipa no. Nti afebi senior afuno ne koduro bi say yemfa how many more years and sanka negotiation no. Well, say what years be I'll be catching so be man negotiate here for close to 10 years. Munsan cash here. For 10 years and 5 years be and sanka ho. Well, but you see, we share the posturing of even those leading the negotiation now. And my who say anya dia o my madwin say omo pese omo solve problem yeah. What do I mean by
yes, what do I
number one, say am din kankan obi a se be yafa wadwuma se pani na woto na e teacher fo akere say yade ya ka enkosi agante no to munyama yenya say be strike. I think the decent thing for you to do is to just acknowledge receipt of their letter and quickly call them again and I say munya but number one when acknowledge ade ye letter bia number two ne say number two Sankofwe are supposed to be independent arbiters patotiwo aban eye NLC aban owoso no oni labor for eco agreement bi eye NLC na dwuma na sede so ombegina finfin se aban ebu ne nhihye no so a NLC for na ese okachom se aban wo ka kire nkofo no se mo be yese amam nti esrew ye so wanya yen NLC ni be den ebegu ase enso se aban eka se meye we amamo na se aban anya labor commission ka hwe nchira aban labor commission to be for aban court nemom se labor strike because of same violation of government's own commitment then they are so much in a hurry to go to court
but Prof Batomeba, you are on record to have said say National Labor Commission you're bogus. They don't even deserve to exist. Is that a good posturing going into negotiation?
Can say you see mo near aban to me anye no man kanenim man kahwe anche no na yan negotiate for 10 years aban fee na afie yes ye yen kra yen dade yedwuma na de bego ho no and you are quickly in a hurry to take us to court. So yes sir, not say your role as an independent arbiter no has been compromised. Now, if you are an independent arbiter, that's when to me set that independence. Now first, they be a back side, they were back side. Not just that commission, no, my dream on me for say and say exist because they are supposed to exercise a certain clear mandate of independence. Almost can okay. Now say they have undermined or sacrificed that independent arbiter mandate. Now they are more winning near kosi. What your name penning for? Let me say last week your name penning for ministries ni bi share adwada. Your name penning for share adwada no. Ebnada and National Labour Commission etro yen say omone yen ebe share yawada yeah. And na ukuada public na ukuada na public holiday. Yes. Enti yen so leadership no ya sure mo kete say on matters like this that directly affect us no. They cannot pretend to understand our concerns better than we ourselves. And you know, every agreement be a number, among correct agreement, we can have this proposal be a revert to us. Now, yes, see, you need one, then Yabom with you say, Adi Monko, Namuya, de Monko agree another. And you know, when they met with ministries, you know, the plan was that they were going to meet with us on Wednesday, on Thursday. Tuesday, and the National Labour Commission, Etro say, omunshia yinshia omo Thursday until we wrote to say oh nyame boa Wednesday no a public holiday Thursday nso so ye pese shia ye constituent dey omo kasa until ye information no meeting Friday ye can say no the next time when no dey ekogina court is it a good faith that's wrong ye can say no they did not even acknowledge receipt of na straight away no more the court na eya na ne ha adwene say you see udi nkan court na wundi bimie. The other bit is that we call court professors are a law are seeking interpretation or more in the various universities. And to know to me for court any law some way. Well, we are not interested in protracted litigation.
Prof, about the reason why I said me bisa asase into the pa and a UTAC for most akwa the radio because you know kumani yemba one more breath, listening to the news president. A hard dream. Na sa da ben sa question ya obebi ubisemi. Me feel say the best nkofo a ombetumi answer no. Eye policy makers. One ebetumi akire. E de kire say in 2004, bra ye to aba ma je ekufo ewie no. Na labor on industrial actions teacher for no ma hye bibia say na mo ye bibisa. Na ye twema mentwen kakra. Minister say eske ni ho sena de bi omo kan ye ni sika na kufuo ehwa ade president kufuo hwa ade na eye no asefem kakra no frɛ ni minister am say asafo mafo na nkofo omo se den o se o mpet ayi omo pe increment or musika bi akemu na asefo ana obi sha say mbetumi tua so e betumi tua no se kutua mom eno ana asem twa enti be bia ye dui ni emisre ne se Madrimuno, omo negotiate on behalf of government. Number one, they have embarrassed the government. Why do I say so? I see. Yeah, they have embarrassed National Labour Commission. They have embarrassed. In fact, they are a monumental embarrassment to the government. Wow. Why do I say so? They should have prevented this. Bra they letter come on say manya me ba. Bra letter come on say manya ye be strike no. At least mu shia won e tro letter no. Any omo ka nsem papa bia esinkonwa e bia nka strike mpo anya den. National Labour Commission is a monumental embarrassment.
Opa betwim dia yo
to the government.
Mese opa betwim dia yo headline. Near me share say ye omunya sa kratai if they had been preemptive anka quickly minianum ade no e bia wo de atropo ade na e bia nya se ye we afimu enim sa ade na de 10 years na mum ye pamocho strike ndi mo ntwen so kakransa mo ma yensi nkonwa ne nka se in that case no kura betwim the iden abai time but when we wrote to them no oman fi yen what you say and that is what in my view has embarrassed the government coupled with that posturing mo de ekogina court wi a wonim omo de court wi no ewie no omo san frɛ yen say yen sambra negotiation wo de ekogina court afi wo se embra negotiation into UTAG for nso has gone to court to also file a motion to set aside a court injunction but ni nyina no twema mentwe ema obetweni ekora eden ebo ni American say omanye omodwuma yi NLC no na wei ede ni ngwase bi ahwa ebebre omampeni president enti no me feel say in his second term of office president na Akufo-Addo ni amegidi say ni nidaso kese ne say obeye nkaye niema bi Ghana for echina omode be den obeka wo de ko university campus here obia boje Akufo din say on time na obema salary mu papa kakra ema university lecturers na megidi say this is a low hanging fruit omampeni na Akufo-Addo obetumi aploko as part of his legacy that he intends leaving, for Ghanaians. Say nebeya Ghana for be kai no mo kai na teacher for so kan say papa ya obedi president president Akufo-Addo ona bresu na bia or radical or salaries and conditions of service of lecturers it is a passionate call that I'm making to him that he should go the Akufo way of personally intervening in this matter, and I'm sure say say ye school for no among colleges we want to go.
Prof, you are patronizing the president by this.
Well, no, not that. I mean, I'm making a passionate appeal. I mean, it's not the American. It's not something that is unprecedented. You see, Akufo ayebi no mampeni Akufo-Addo nso no oye bia ebeye ama his quest to leave legacies that Ghanaians will remember him with.
Emmanuel, what think?
Yeah,
good. Clearly, 1 minute. Looks like there's no end in sight to this strike action. Listening to UTAG. A final comment now for Yenja.
Yeah. From the look of things, I think what is really disturbing near and commoner cost between UTAG and then government, the taking or the making of entrenched positions by both parties. That is albino and UTAG leadership. Now, and a National Union of Ghana students, Yeguso at the to both parties and him say, Omunche, na Omun take away those entrenched positions, na Omuntimin reach a compromise. Senebe at the end of the day, at the chair, at the share,
okay, all right.
Before I see a becon.
Imam Medase, Prof, 30 seconds.
Oh, senior meeting can teacher ni bi anywhere and nije say obeko strike ye nije ya say ye kira de ye graduate students na asundwe e wo ne de be adwumanti no ye sere senior meeting kan na Oma negotiate on behalf of government. I think they have not done well.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Omampeni Akufo-Addo say on one kasa on intervene. Say nebeya they'll become because near course we ebi no so ehwe. Near pese ye be chichiri omanya ade bia na the strike. Omampeni kasa intervene.
Me da say Professor Ramford Jampo, Secretary elect UTAG and the teaching commander Angel Kabono, President National Association of Graduate Teachers also be kan ho. Samson Emmanuel Nnawotwe Yi Adom looks president and so Ebekan Komachucho no meeting Chief Jerry Forson Wilbeck Kofi Ampedu fantastic job and our bona na pay Nyamen kan ho yeda sepa na fe be production team camera sound light will be meeting the Chief Jerry Forson am free the price for greatness is responsibility yakra